Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, the official CRG, and today I want to talk about the Sunshine State, Florida, and how hurricanes and climate change go hand to hand, plus some risks it can bring later on. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below, that way you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. Now, Florida has been getting hit with hurricanes for decades due to their warm waters throughout the Gulf and their humid climates, having it be a perfect mixture for big storms. But recently, scientists have been noticing that these big hurricanes are just getting stronger and stronger, having them reach around a category 3, 4, or 5 when they make land, having it be 260% more than 4 decades ago. And that's simply due to human-caused climate change, because when we put things like fossil fuels in our atmosphere, it then heats up and releases carbon dioxide, which then traps heat, causing our climate to rise overall. And because of this, scientists are now figuring out that these hurricanes are not only getting stronger, but now stronger at a faster pace, known as rapid intensification. And that is just simply due to overall climate change, because when climate change happens, it not only heats up our atmosphere, but also our overall waters. For example, in 2022 and 2023, Florida had some of the worst hurricanes, having Hurricane Ian in 2022 go from a tropical storm to a Category 3 in just 36 hours, having it be the second worst storm Florida has had this century. And in 2023, Hurricane Idalia went from a tropical storm to a Category 4 in just 24 hours due to record high water temperatures. And unfortunately, it doesn't stop there, because with these hurricanes, it also brings major flooding, having scientists find that the water near Florida has risen 8 inches since the 1950s, and they expect it to reach another 6 within 15 years. So as time goes on, the more fossil fuels and things like that we emit into the atmosphere, the worse the climate and the weather is going to get, leaving places like Florida and other things around the world with major flooding and erosion, and families left to fend for themselves. But with that said, today's quote is by the Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon. He once said, "We are the first generation to be able to end poverty and the last generation that can take steps to avoid the worst impacts of climate change. Future generations will judge us harshly if we fail to uphold our moral and historical responsibilities." I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dowden Podcasts.